The mystery deepens as we dive further into the mystery between Black and Zamasu as we continue to dig deeper for answers, and one important topic that's been circling the Dragon Ball community is that of Zamasu, and if two variations of Zamasu may or may not exist. And joining me here today to tackle the topic is none other than JrzSaiyan. Link will be located down in the description, guys. Make sure to subscribe to him as well as we talk about the possibility of there being two Zamasus in existence. Now, JR, I wanted to ask you, from your personal standpoint, every single thing that you've seen thus far, do you believe that, in your opinion, there may or may not be two variations of Zamasus, one existing in the past and one existing in the future? And depending on which one you choose, why is it that you believe and stand with that statement?
Yes, there are two Zamasus because of the fact that one is literally with Super Saiyan Rose Black, and the other one is in the present time with Gowasu watching Goku versus Hit through GodTube, which is very weird. I mean, who recorded the fight? You know that?
Right, like, there were no cameras at the field.
There's no cameras, dude. But yeah, so there's two. One is already, evil and wants to destroy Goku. The other one is getting there and is struggling, like you said earlier, to stay on path where Gowasu wants him to be good. He's starting to become more and more evil, and we know that he's going to get the Super Dragon Balls and probably wish for immortality because of the fact that the future Zamasu is immortal. He got stabbed by Trunks' sword.
And took a final flash to the face, and took Super Saiyan Rose's Kamehameha wave and still survived.
Yep, so, yeah, there are two Zamasus, and it's very confusing. And honestly, it's very confusing because there's two different timelines Zamasus. How exactly is the future timeline Zamasu know Goku when he's supposed to be dead? I mean, a lot of things don't really make sense. A lot of people were telling me in the comment section of my video these type of things, you know what I mean?
Now, the reason why we bring this up is because if you look at the structural foundation of both Zamasu in the future and Zamasu in the past, Zamasu in the past has gone from, especially after seeing Goku, he's gone from a very benevolent person into this very vengeful deity who wants to get revenge on Goku. Even during some episodes, he vowed revenge against Goku. And the reason why we're tackling this subject is because if you look at Zamasu in the future and you look at Zamasu in the past, we see how the Zamasu in the future is already corrupt. His eyes are gray. He has the green earrings on. His fighting demeanor is very different. Even pointed out by Goku, if you guys go back and watch Dragon Ball Super episode 57, when Goku first engaged with him in the first 3 minutes of the episode, we see that Goku said something feels different than last time. Now, we don't really know what that means. Like, what does Goku mean by different than last time? Is it because Zamasu's ki has changed? Is it because Zamasu's fighting demeanor has changed? We don't know. But Goku made it very clear during the English subtext was that when he fought Zamasu right in the beginning, he said something feels different. And we see a flashback to when he fought Zamasu in the past. And so, if you look at the Zamasu in the past, he's trying to stay on track. He's trying to go against Gowasu's wishes. But he's also having his own secret agenda, as you just pointed out, going out there and finding the super giant Dragon Balls and, wishing for immortality, in which case I'm pretty sure Frieza must be very mad about that because Frieza's ultimate goal was to gain immortality during the Namekian saga, and he never achieved that. But now we finally have someone who achieves immortality. So I wanted to ask you, given the circumstance that you believe that there are two Zamasus, what do you believe is going to happen with the past Zamasu and the future Zamasu? Do you believe that somehow Goku might, try to get inside Zamasu's head in the past and convince him that his ways of, trying to govern humanity and trying to, just be the overseer of everything is going to be wrong, and that possibly we might see the past Zamasu side with Goku? Or do you believe that there's just no turning back right now? Like, the past Zamasu is and eventually will turn out to be the future Zamasu that we saw in episode 57. Like, what do you think?
I think the past Zamasu is already on that track to becoming the future Zamasu. I think he already makes a wish in the next episode, because if you see the preview, he comes back to Gowasu around the end of the preview with those eyes that the future Zamasu has, bro. And I don't know, man. I don't know what happens to Gowasu. There's so many theories going around because of the fact that Zamasu isn't black, because they're standing next to each other in the future, you know what I mean? So there's a theory going around that Gowasu may be black since he's immortal. I mean, not black. Zamasu, since he's immortal, maybe brainwashes Gowasu.
And we're going to get into that just as we, further into this. But in terms of what you just said, he comes back to Gowasu's place, and he seems to have, like, a different look on his expression. So do you believe that, whatever the case may be, that ultimately enough, the past Zamasu will become the future Zamasu? Or is the past Zamasu still going to gain immortality but given the circumstance that Goku might come there and talk to him, or Beerus and Whis might show up again and speak to him, do you believe that there's any sort of convincing going on that he might change his ways, or is he just gonna fully just go rogue and stick to his demeanor and become the person that we saw in the future? Like, what do you think?
I don't think there's turning back, man.
No?
I don't.
There's
think
no
so,
redemption.
But I wouldn't. How do I put it? I wouldn't doubt it if there was a twist and we would see Goku Zamasu against Zamasu Black. I wouldn't doubt it, because that'd be honestly one of the most amazing things ever. You know, the current timeline against the future timeline.
But then again, we don't really know what the future timeline is. People have been throwing theories that it might be Universe 10, so the whole time they've been jumping from Universe 10 to Universe 7 the whole time. I mean, we can't really say for sure, because everything just seems like out of balance right now. Like, everything just seems very confusing, as you said.
Yeah.
But that'll be really cool to see Zamasu versus Zamasu, because the future Zamasu can look at the past Zamasu and say, that's why you're weak in that timeline, because you were brainwashed by the Ningen, which is the humans, and you were brainwashed by the Ningen to believe that you are on par with them, but you are not. You are above them, and Zamasu can be like, no, we can live in equality. I mean, our job is to govern them. So I can definitely see, and again, this is just mere headcanon stuff. I can definitely see Zamasu versus Zamasu, good versus evil, the yin and the yang. But in terms of Black, however, like that was a very interesting thing, especially when we saw him. And Zamasu pointed out that this is not really him. That's just his comrade, his his ally. And even with that, we don't even know where he came from. So going back to the theory of Gowasu, all right. So there are two things that I wanted to ask you. Do you believe that at some point when past Zamasu returns after making his wish, do you believe that A, he disposes of Gowasu and thus not needing him anymore by killing him, or do you believe that somehow he persuades him, he brainwashes him into believing everything Zamasu says, and ultimately enough, having Gowasu join him and becoming his ally and possibly becoming Black? Because if you also look at it, right, Gowasu has 2 green earrings, so as we saw when they went back into the future and they wanted to go watch the Barbarians, we see how each of them had 1 separate green earring on their ear individually. And thus, like, it kind of points out, like, it kind of makes sense, because Black and Zamasu in the future also have 1 earring each on their ear that's the color of green. And when they went into the future to watch the Barbarians, they also had green earrings on the same ear. So is it possible that A, he kills Gowasu and Gowasu doesn't join him, or do you believe that B, Gowasu does have some sort of brainwashing, agendas going on to where he's brainwashed by Zamasu, thus somehow creating Black? What do you think?
Right now, I believe that Gowasu could possibly be brainwashed to becoming Black more than him actually killing Gowasu, because the fact that Gowasu is his master, right?
Oh, that's where we're gonna disagree, my friend. Go on.
So he was like standing in between him and disposing, I guess, of mortals and humans, as he likes to say, because he just doesn't think they should exist, that they're, what was he saying, they're a disgrace? Was that what he was saying?
Well, I mean, like, just Zamasu sees the entirety of humanity and the Ningen as a disgrace to the gods, because the gods have given them knowledge, and, they've used that knowledge for, like, their own greedy agendas. So, but you're saying he's gonna brainwash him, right?
I believe he's gonna brainwash him.
I don't think
see
so.
anyone else
I think Gowasu is too kind-hearted. I think Gowasu has made up his mind that he's gonna play his role and he's gonna stick by it rather than try to join someone else's agenda. Because the way Gowasu has been confronting Zamasu and telling him, like, listen, you can't speak as if like you're a Hakaioshin. Like, you have to know your role as a Kaioshin and know your placement and just having to govern over these creatures and not be directly involved. I don't think that Gowasu is gonna put his title or his dignity on the line here just to accompany somebody. Then again, by brainwashing Gowasu, I think that brainwashing Gowasu would be kind of hard, because Gowasu seems like a very knowledgeable person, a very wise elder, so I don't think that Zamasu is going to stand by brainwashing him. I think that Gowasu is going to say, well, you know what? I completely disagree with you, and if you want to do what you have to do, yeah, you're going to have to go through me. So I think that Zamasu is going to say, yeah, I am in no need of you anymore, because you're just a simple, Kaioshin, and I'm immortal, so what use are you anymore to me? So I think that he's going to try to end up killing him off, grabbing his earrings, and then possibly having the ability to, travel throughout time. But with you saying he's going to brainwash him, what if he does brainwash him? Like, just hypothetically speaking, what if Zamasu does end up brainwashing him? then what happens? What happens with Gowasu? How does he become black? And why does he become black?
I don't know how he becomes black. That's the thing. We don't know what black is. We still need to figure out how black Goku becomes black Goku. Because the fact is, our Goku is alive. Goku in the future was dead. So, you see, that's the dilemma here. How exactly does that happen? I don't get it. That's the thing that's still mind-boggling, because the fact that we thought Zamasu was black, but now Zamasu is still Zamasu in the future, and black is black. They're two separate deities, right? So
no, absolutely, and I believe that Zamasu is like the head boss here, because if you look at like their fighting patterns, especially going up against Goku and Trunks, they seem to fight in a very synchronized way.
They do.
There's no way that, you know, Goku and Trunks took Black's Kamehameha wave head on and were hurt really badly. I mean, they couldn't even move afterwards, and Zamasu was fine. I mean, yeah, that is because of his immortal body, but even with that being said, how do you kill someone who's immortal? So, I think it'll be more than fitting, in my opinion at least, to have the Zamasu of the past kind of be talked down to, like, by Beerus and Whis and the Supreme Kai and Goku, like, listen, man, like, the things in the future that we saw are not good. Like, you have to change your ways, because just because we're humans living amongst you, like, it doesn't make us less of a life form than you. So, I can definitely see Zamasu teaming with Goku and saying, you know what, I mean, I know I made mistakes, and so I definitely believe I can atone to that and see if I can, like, live alongside you, but I can definitely see the future Zamasu encountering the past Zamasu and saying, wow, crazy. So just as I thought, like, you're weak, you're pathetic, like, this is what it means to be a god, this is what it means to be immortal, not you. You're siding with the ninja, and why? But then again, like, we can't really say for sure. I believe that there are two Zamasus because of the earrings. They have different earrings, they have different facial expressions, they have different demeanors, different ki, different eye color. Because we saw with Zamasu and Black, if you look at episode 57, you know, Black and Zamasu have sort of like gray eyes. So, and I believe personally that they're both in sync. That, I mean, because we saw like their fighting patterns and stuff, like they're an amazing duo. So, in terms of Gowasu, I can't see Gowasu having to side with Zamasu just because he's immortal, just because he's done this and this. I can see Zamasu threatening Gowasu and saying, listen, if you don't join me, then you will die. And I can see Gowasu saying, well, then kill me then, because you're gonna, in order to get to the time ring, in order to get to my earrings, in order to do what you have to do, you're gonna have to go through me. So I can definitely see that happening. So
the only thing that bothers me there is, why did Gowasu, first of all, why was Gowasu watching Goku and hit, right?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah,
and then and the second thing, why the hell would Gowasu mention the damn Super Dragon Balls when he knows Zamasu's, you know, having trouble trying to sustain himself from being evil?
Like, well, that's the thing. He even made it clear that was the first time he's heard of it or seen it. So, but he knows about their power.
Yeah. So I just met. He mentioned that to Zamasu, knowing that Zamasu is somewhere else in his mind. He's not sane right now. He's going insane with Goku, and then watching Goku even stronger than what he was against him, you know, drives him to that point to making that wish. It's crazy. It's gonna be crazy next couple episodes, bro. The rest of
I just personally believe that, like, everything that's happening with all this time jumping and all these alterations and dimensions and stuff, I definitely think that there is something that we're not really picking up here.
You're right.
It could be a mere coincidence that the past and present Zamasu are the same people, but there is so much evidence to support that these two are very different in a way. I mean, the past Zamasu is getting to where future Zamasu is. He's going completely insane. He keeps, I mean, like, in a way, it's like the Broly effect. Like, you know, like ever since Goku made Broly cry when he was a child, that shit resonated with him when he was an adult. So ever since Goku showed up, like, on that planet and fought Zamasu, that has stuck with him so much. It resonated with him, and it's driving him insane, and it's driving him to, you know, kill Goku because of the fact that he is a mortal who stands with gods, rivaling gods in power, and somehow being able to just be accompanied by them, and he doesn't like that. He's saying that, you know, why should gods give the wisdom, you know, like of good and evil to mere humans when they can use it for, like, their own advantages and disadvantages and stuff. But I just feel as if episode 57, 58, and actually 58 and 59, it's definitely going to give us more answers. And even with episode 57, I don't know if you noticed, but remember when Zamasu came down after they threw Goku on the bridge? Zamasu told Black Goku, he told him, you know, Goku is my prey, And Black
Yeah.
responded by saying, well, this body desires him. This body wants to fight him. I can't really help that urge. So what do you think he meant by that? Like he said, like, this body wants him. What do you mean? Like, what did Black mean by that? Because obviously enough, he wanted Goku for himself. And it seems like they're kind of bickering as to, like, who wants Goku first. So, in conclusion, before we wrap this up, who do you think Black is? He kept saying this body wants him. So, in fact, like, did Zamasu create him? Did he wish for him? Is it Gowasu? Is it, you know, the revival of a dead Goku? What do you think is going on? Final predictions.
Is it a Makaioshin?
Makaioshin.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, they have him. I mean, technically speaking, doesn't Zamasu count as one? I mean, even though he wasn't a full-blown Kaioshin, you know, just gone mad, he was supposed to be a Kaioshin in training. But I guess, like, just let us know down in the comments, like, does Zamasu count as a Makaioshin? Because even though he wasn't a full-blown Kaioshin before he lost his mind, he was still a Kaioshin in training. So, doesn't that count as one? Because he is very fucking demonic. I mean, he has his own vision of paradise, but...
Yeah, he wants to get rid of all the damn mortals, bro.
But yeah, and especially with Universe 10 having to not have a God of Destruction, I think that between Black and Zamasu, one of them has to be a Kaioshin, and one of them has to be appointed to as God of Destruction within that time, because there is no God of Destruction in that time. So I think one of them has to be. If anything, I think it's Black. But also, like, I think that Zamasu had, you know, purposely created Black in his image of Goku, wanted to get revenge for Goku, into trying to stop Goku. So you're saying that Black is a Makaioshin, like, but like, can you dive a little deeper into, like, what do you mean?
I really don't know, man, because I'm really confused on who Black is. Honestly, my mind is boggled right now because we all thought it was Zamasu. At least I strongly thought it was actually Zamasu. I kind of feel like it could be Gowasu, but the way you mentioned, the way you said it, it leads me more into, no, it really can't be.
Like,
Gowasu
I don't know, man.
seems
Like,
the
you're
type of
saying it's Gowasu. You're saying it's Gowasu. I think that Zamasu created this dude because if you're supposed to be a Kaioshin that creates
like Bio
life.
Broly?
What was that?
Like, you think he created him like Bio Broly?
Not necessarily, but I just think that since, like, he has Goku embedded so badly and he wants to kill Homeboy off so bad, I think that Zamasu, in a way, created this person in his own image. I mean, what an image to have. Create someone who looks like Goku just to destroy things. But, I mean, it could be Gowasu. Like, anything could be true right now. Like, that's why we're speculating right here. But let us know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you guys believe that Black is Gowasu, that Zamasu had created him, that he possibly wished for him? Who do you guys think Black is? And do you guys believe that there are two Zamasus, yes or no? If you guys do believe that there are two Zamasus, let us know why. And if you guys don't, also let us know why. And what the hell happens with Gowasu here? Do you guys believe that Zamasu kills him, or does he brainwash him? Let us know in the comments, guys. Thank you all for watching, as always. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily uploads. If you guys enjoyed the discussion video, don't forget to slap a like on the video, guys. Also, subscribe to JrzSaiyan down in the description. Thank you all for watching once again, and we'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace.